Songbird Serenade and Coloratura, A True Love by Stitch Down. Sometime after that, Coloratura had her new manager, and one day during her practice for a new song, she actually got a message from her manager to go to his office as soon as possible. She was curious about this message of what it's going to be about, as after she had recorded the new song, she actually went straight to his office, and then she asked him, "What is this about?" He first said that he had been informed by the Songbird Serenade's manager that they had this opportunity to make an album together. And since Coloratura and Songbird Serenade was actually very good friends, she thought this was actually a good opportunity for her ever since scandal after her old manager Sven Gallup did to her. So she thought this could be actually be a booster to her career as a singer, and also spend time more about with her good friend Songbird Serenade. And the first Coloratura then asked when this cooperation is gonna start and how long it was gonna last, if there's going to be any concerts or any tours. Her manager said that it's going to first be just a simple recording to see a few songs that Songbird had already made, but only the lyrics has been made. And Coloratura didn't mind to give this a try and see before they decided to this cooperation. So the next day, Coloratura went to her recording studio just a little bit earlier and actually saw that Songbird was already there. She was talking to Coloratura's new manager, and they just been talking about for potential cooperation between her and Songbird. Songbird was actually happy to see her friend, and they start talking. And usually then they start talking about before the recording. Both of them actually went into the recording studio, and they were first before they actually start recording. Coloratura was reading through a lyrics of one of the songs they want to try to see how this cooperation could work out. After that, Coloratura had been reading the lyrics at least 3 times, and she thought it was actually very good. And then she told her manager that he was ready to sing the song with her. So they actually started to play the music in the background, and they both started singing. The song was about 2 minutes long, and after it was finished, both of them actually went to see both the manager and the recording pony. They decided just to listen how this combination of the both of them together, how they worked. And it actually worked more than expected. Both the managers just looked at each other and smiled and said, "This is gonna be a great cooperation between the two singers." They decided to start officially by recording the new songs tomorrow. So both Coloratura and Songbird Serenade actually went to a restaurant after this to celebrate this cooperation between them, and hoping this could actually work out very well, and also to bring a more and cooperation between them. Coloratura wondered what she meant more than cooperation just between the song. Songbird mentioned that she was hoping this could lead to more of a tour between them together, singing around across Equestria, even perhaps beyond that. Coloratura didn't mind to have it on the tour, because last time she was on one was actually about a year ago, when she still had Sven Gallup. And Songbird actually mentioned this, that she's actually been seeing Sven Gallup in Trondheim only about a few weeks after that. But he wasn't having any client because after what he did, no pony within the music industry didn't want to have nothing to do with him. He was trying to get some help some work within the music, even all kinds of industry, modeling, but no pony would never hire him. So he was working at the local store. And Songbird saw that and just smiled and laughed herself and said that was just what he deserved after what he did to Coloratura. Coloratura was very happy to hear at least that he would never be working with another music, movie, or anything with another big clients. Coloratura and Songbird remained at the restaurant for a while, and after they left, they actually were approached by several other ponies who wanted their autographs, which they did give them. But then there were actually some ponies that took pictures with them, leaving together at the restaurant and back to the recording studio. The next day, just before they want to start working, one of the co-workers at the recording studio actually came into the studio and before this would start, showed a picture in a magazine. I think it turns out it was actually the morning's newspaper to the both managers who looked at it and was shocked. Secret couple on a date? Question mark. Ponies believe that Songbird Serenade and Coloratura was actually dating. And those who took the pictures was actually Ponerazzi. And they had never even thought about it. They thought that was just a random tourist. Both Coloratura and Songbird stopped their recording and saw the picture in a magazine. And they didn't expect it. They had no idea about this until after. But the manager explained to them that this was just some rumors that suddenly having started after they seemed to be together, and that they should just ignore it. And which they both did. They started to continue the recording, and after the end of this week, the first album together was completely finished. And only was going to take at least another week or so all these CDs want to be delivered to all stores across Equestria. And after this first selling was actually turns out to be a first selling CD in all stores, Coloratura and Songbird Serenade actually celebrated at the recording studio with some drinks and some food. After that, they actually left the recording studio to going to Coloratura's hotel to have some more conversation. They were just talking. And then they were approached by several other ponies. But this time it wasn't just fans. It was actually Ponerazzi who tried to take some pictures with them, asking them questions that if they are really dating, if that is happening. But they tried to, as much as possible, to avoid any confrontation with those photographs and managed to take shelter inside the hotel. And the doorman, the door pony, prevented any ponies to enter. Luckily, this scandal, or at least rumors, continued for weeks to after this. Songbird and Coloratura could even left their own hotel without the Ponerazzi was standing outside the doors and waiting for more scoop, more information, more scandals, or more rumors spreading. But it was actually not so much the truth on that. Songbird Serenade has actually been in love with Coloratura for about a year. She hasn't revealed this to anyone, not even her manager, not her closest friends, not even Coloratura. But since all of these rumors starting to happening, she at least told Coloratura about this at her hotel room. Coloratura wasn't even surprised about it because deep down she had something, a feeling about this. Coloratura then explained to Songbird that she didn't care if the ponies started these rumors because she actually enjoyed Songbirds' company. And they since after that decided to actually be a couple. So when they went out to see some of their friends, they were always approached by paparazzi, taking pictures, or even some they asked if they were actually official couple or just rumors. So both of them actually looked at each other at the paparazzi and then kissed each other and said, "We are dating and we are proud of it." And after that, the rumors suddenly stopped. The paparazzi still took pictures with them, but not as often. And after this, they officially announced that they were actually dating. No one seems to be even pay as much attention to it, only to say that they were a cute couple. And after about a month of their starting on their cooperation with their both together as singer, they actually went on a tour. This tour lasted about 6 months, traveling across Equestria to Griffinstone, Saudi Arabia, and back. And they actually was very more happier to be with each other, but over this time, their relationship only gets stronger and stronger. But after this contract between both was going to finish, Coloratura tried to manage to convince her manager to extend this contract between Songbird and her a little bit more, that they could actually start some more, do some more recordings together, like more albums, more CDs, more tours, concerts. Because they even tried to ask even Songbird's manager, and he was convinced. Now they only needed Coloratura's manager to be convinced. After this discussion between just him and Coloratura, and between Songbird's manager just alone, between themselves, they all agreed, and they continued the cooperation for another 2 years. And during this time, Coloratura had actually been visited Applejack in Ponyville after that this information came out. Applejack was just happy that Coloratura had moved on from after the scandal with Sven Gallup did to her. She was just happy to seeing that at least some pony really cared for Coloratura, how much she actually as a pony rather than as an image. Coloratura's image as an actor, like a singer, has actually been improving since after the Sven Gallup scandal came out. And even that she actually started to do more charity to collect money to, and especially local hospitals, schools, anything that could actually start helping the ponies in the community. Songbird actually did the same thing. She actually then decided to do something more special, and she actually threw a big concert to celebrate her and Coloratura's 6 months being together, and it was just a big hit. They invited Applejack and all her friends into Canterlot to celebrate this. It was just one of the biggest concerts in the history of the city. It lasted for nearly 10 hours, and they as a couple remained strong. They never had any problem in fighting or something. They always worked out their issues with each other, like what type of song was going to play, and who was going to start and who was going to finish the song, and even decide what kind of lyrics they're going to have in the songs. Because after they didn't start working together for extended time, they actually been starting written their own lyrics together as a proof of their love for each other. Even if that showed them that their love for each other are really something, a symbol of their eternal love for each other. And after nearly 5 years of being together and still as working together as a corporation, Coloratura asked Songbird if she wanted to marry her, and she said yes immediately. And they announced this rather same way to the first manager and then the public. And all the ponies of their fans were so excited about this news because some ponies has been waiting for this particular day to ever happen. And some ponies thought this is gonna never happen. They're going to be remained as couple, nothing too serious. But they were wrong. Coloratura and Songbird actually got married in Canton only about a year later. And since they were not having any concerts or any tours on planned on for the next 6 months, they actually went to Crystal Empire for 2 weeks for their honeymoon. Even they were quite busy with having their upcoming tours, concerts, Coloratura and Songbird wanted to have a family together. So they actually adopted two daughters from a local orphanage in Manhattan. And both of them actually loved their daughters. And the daughters, they absolutely adore their both parents. Having two parents as Coloratura and Songbird, even though that they spent a lot of time traveling on the tours, concerts, they always brought their daughters with them and even spent as much time they could, taught them about singing, acting, or anything. And always remembered that before taking any decision, like first take facts to see if that particular pony could be trusted. And that's how Coloratura and Songbird Serenade found the true love of the family. The end.